Welcome back to my channel, guys. Hope everybody is doing well. I am fine. I totally miss you guys. And I wanted to talk to you about this is going to be grown-up talk, okay? Well-seasoned men and women because I want your opinion. A couple days ago, I was watching television and I saw this talk show, right? And this is something that I have discussed with friends and family before. Um, it's getting warm here in Florida again. But anyway, but when I saw it, a little bit, not extreme, but more than I thought. Anyway, let me tell you what happened. So I was watching this show, and this mature lady, she was talking about herself, her marriage, and she said that she has been married for 20 years. 20 years. She lives in San Francisco, not well, I'm not quite sure it's LA or something, California, somewhere in California. She lives in California and her husband lives in Philadelphia. And she said she have a great marriage. It's not for the insecure. You totally have to, and I get it. You will have to be a very secure person. And I think a very mature person, well seasoned to be able to have a marriage like that function, I think. I don't think this is for a younger person that's just starting out with their marriage. Although at one point she could be in her 50s, so 20 years of marriage. I mean, at one point she was young. She's still young. But anyway, it works for her. She's very secure in her marriage. She said if she has to worry about her husband cheated on her, then it's just not worth it. She said if someone was to call her and says, I'm seeing your husband, she would say, okay, keep him. But anyway, that's not my point about this whole situation is because I had conversation with friends and family about this. For myself and for the people, for friends that I know and relatives that I know that are single or mature, well seasoned single women that live on their own for a very long time, I think it is really difficult for them to incorporate another body in their space. I think it's difficult. I will talk about, myself, for instance. I've been alone for a very long time. I am not, I am not totally against relationship, but I am used to running this. You know what I mean? I'm used to running this show. If it's a show, I'm used to, I have my own ways of doing things, and quite frankly, unless this person is very wise, I don't see myself compromising too much. I personally, and I have spoke to this with relatives, I think ideal relationship for me is that the person have their own home, condo, apartment, whatever, and I have my own home, and we may travel together, go out to dinner together, spend time at each other's home, but at the end of the day, we have our own place. So when we don't want to be, I'm saying be bothered for the lack of another word, we can have our own space. And I thought about that I've been talking about that for a while now, but I never thought that you could actually be in a total different state and work. So, I mean, it worked. Like I said, like she said, you have to be secure in your marriage and secure as a woman. And by all means, I know single men that live by themselves and they also have an issue incorporating someone in their space. It's difficult. I mean, we're human. It's difficult. Be honest with me, guys. And I want to hear from the men as well. Just please be honest. I understand if you have your own place and you live in by yourself for a long time, you used to doing your meal a certain way, you used to having your home a certain way, and if somebody new comes in and try to switch thing up, it you may feel some kind of way. And I tell you that because I know someone that she went into a marriage and the man already had his home and he'd been by himself for a long time, and she got into marriage. They got married and he went to work and she thought, I'm going to just spook this place up and, surprise him and make it nice or whatever. And when that man came home, he was pissed because now I think he could have handled it a little better, but he said, this is my house and this is the way I want it. I think it could have softened that a little bit and not say it that way because he kind of hurt her feelings. But at the same time, I think she was wrong for changing things because this man lived by himself for a long time. You just come into his house. You can't just moving things around. You can't. Unless you ask him, like, honey, I would like to make a little changes to make it look a little feminine and, not necessarily all feminine, but masculine, whatever. What do you think? And then he would tell you yes or no, because I can totally get it. I don't think my place is necessarily feminine. Well, it is feminine, but it's not like totally girlish. I think it could be a man could live in here also. I think if I am wrong, please correct me. I do have like fluffy pillows and stuff, like throw stuff and stuff like that. That may be feminine, but I also have a blue area, and my favorite color is blue. So I incorporate blue in everything. I feel that if somebody come in my house and change things, I wouldn't like it because I like the way I have it decorated, and I don't want anybody to come in my house and start moving things around. That would be a big issue to me. So that's why I think the perfect, oh my God. Wait 1 second. These telemarketers are crazy. Anyway, I think that in my situation, I would prefer someone who has their own place. And we could, like do things together or travel together or have oh God, this is looking ugly. Or have a, 1 week, we'll spend at each other's home, and it'll be something like a little mini vacation. And, and nobody is feeling like somebody's coming over and taking over their life. And I say this because, let me tell you, sometimes I stay in bed all day because I don't feel like doing anything. I may stay in my PJ all day long because I don't feel like doing anything. Nothing. And nothing's wrong with that. if you want to do this and, you can do it, you don't have a partner, you can do this. I think if you have a partner, then, you may want to get out of bed, make up the bed. Well, I'll make up the bed, but get out of bed, get out of your PJs, maybe throw on some makeup, maybe not. I don't know. I don't wear makeup all the time. I love makeup, but I don't wear it all the time. And you may want to look like appealing to your man. Now, if he lives someplace else and you're going over there, you're going to jazz up yourself and, look nice and whatever. He's coming over, you're going to jazz up yourself, but you each have your own place, your own independence. I think that could work for, like I said, a well-seasoned, mature woman that's been single for a long time. Now, this is not for someone that is maybe recently widow or divorced, or maybe it could, I don't know. But I don't think my idea of what I would probably get involved with, it's such far-fetched. I think a lot of women, and I have spoke to friends and relatives that are single and my age group, and they feel that way. They feel, I have my house, I have my condo, I have my apartment, whatever. I have it a certain way. I do things different. I move a certain way in my place. And someone to come in and try to change things because they also have an idea of what they want. So I feel if this person you have your own place, we do fun things together, we travel together, we go out to dinner together, we spend time at each other's home, but at the end of the day, you have your own place. I think that would be a perfect situation for a lot of women because I've spoke to a few women and they all feel the same way. And men, I know most of all my subscribers are female, but I have a few men. Please, I want to hear the opinion of men because I know two guys that live by themselves and they are very much set in their ways. And, and I don't think they would mind having a relationship. They just don't want somebody to move in. They don't want anybody to move in their home, on their space, because when they don't want to be bothered, they don't have to be bothered. I want your opinion about this topic. I never thought about someone that is all the way, from another state. I'm thinking the same state. But hey, out of state could work too, because then you really can look forward into, traveling and go to another states. Personally, I would prefer the same state because traveling, sometimes you may not want to get on an airplane. But that's the way I feel about it. I have spoke to people, and this is a topic that we've been discussing for a while, and even friends, and they say the same thing. I've been alone, living by myself for a long time. It would be very difficult to bring someone in my space and then things change because I'm used to doing things a certain way and they want to do things a certain way. And, that's where you can have problems. Anyway, guys, I just saw this on the television and I thought, wow, 20 years of marriage and they don't even live in the same state. And it works. So why can it work that you are in the same state, you got your own place? Now, what I don't want, because I know since I've been in Florida, I've made up people approach me that had nothing. They really wanted some place to come and move into because they didn't have any place of their own, which I am like, I don't understand that. What were you doing all these years? Because the person, they're in my age or probably older than me, and you are living with someone. So you actually want to move in with someone. That's not what I'm talking about, because that's not happening. I'm talking about the independent, well seasoned men and women that have their together and may want or may not want or may want a relationship with someone, but they necessarily want somebody to come into their space on a permanent basis. I don't know. That's my opinion. I want to hear you guys' opinion. And I really, really, really would like to hear the men' opinion on this. I really, please, guys, get in here, give me your opinion. I personally, like I said, I know two men that, they would agree with me. They're not imposed. They would probably want, but I guess the women that they're meeting wants to move in with them, and they don't want that because they're set in their ways. They're doing things, there's certain ways. And one particular person that I know, and he has a condo, and he's into footballs and stuff like that. So what he converted his whole living room. That's not my taste. He converted his whole living room like a theater, and all his chairs are recliner, and it's very masculine, and he doesn't want anybody to come and change that. I guarantee you that. And I know he probably don't mind having a relationship with someone, but he don't necessarily want somebody to move in his house permanently. So I know men feel the same way, but I want to hear from my male subscribers. What do you think? Let me know, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, please. Thumbs up the video, share, please, and give me your honest opinion. And like I said, this is not for the married couple. Married couple, kudos to you. Just go strong with your marriage. Do whatever you and your husband like to do and be happy. This is from my single, well-seasoned female and male, and not for the young generation, because I don't know if this young generation these days is different from the time I was young. When I was in my 20s, I could not have done that. Honestly, I would be like, are you crazy? No, but at this big age of mine, I can definitely see where something like this could work. But I don't know, the generation today is not my time, so maybe they would feel a certain way. I don't know. I don't think that it could work for them, or they would be interested in a situation. Maybe some people, but this question, if you mature, single, live alone for a while, let me know what you think. Huh? Thank you. Kisses. See you in the next video. Bye.